Assalamu alaikum sisters, welcome back to another day with Mariam. Today I am going to bring you three dishes. One is Auvergne chutney, one is okra, and one is going to be egg korma. So I'm going to show you step-by-step process how to do all that. I hope you enjoy this video, so let's get on with cooking. I have 9 eggs here. I'm going to put a slit into the egg, so when I marinate it, the spices all go inside. It's very important for you to slit them when you're frying them and the marination goes inside. I will show you the process of when I marinate. Okay, I took a shell from the egg, but you can actually use a knife if you want. It's absolutely up to you what you use. I apologize for the background noise. It's outside, my neighbor's having a barbecue. Okay, as you can see, I have put this half a teaspoon of chili powder, and then 1 teaspoon of salt and a little bit of oil. So what happens is, it's easy for you to marinate it well. If you it's very crucial, you need to marinate it properly, so all of the spice actually gets inside while you're frying. And also the spice is up to your own preference. You can add, you know, whatever you want. If some of you don't like spice, you can add turmeric powder. It just gives you this slightly bit of color. But the more you marinate, the more tasty and nice that your food gets. So it's very important you to just marinate. If you put a bit of oil, it makes your spice easy for you to rub it into the egg. So now that, as you can see, everything is gone inside very well. It's mixed and marinated properly. So I'm going to put that onto the oil. I put down 2 tablespoons of sunflower oil. This is what I use, sunflower oil. And I'm going to fry that onto low to medium heat. As you can see now, the eggs are nearly done. I'm going to give it another few minutes on the side that's not done, and then I'm going to take them out. The eggs are actually done now, so I'm going to take them. Please do be careful so the water doesn't actually splash over your hand. As you can see here, I've got a mix of nuts, which is cashew, pistachio and almonds, and it's up to you. Again, I have like 8 to 9 pistachios, 8 to 9 cashew, and about 4 almonds. So I'm going to put them into this Nutri bullet that I have, and I am going to add a bit of coconut milk on there because it's dry, so it gives you this moist sort of consistency when I'm actually blending it, so it doesn't really get stuck. As you can see now, this is how the paste will be of the nuts. And now I'm going to go in next with my green chilies. I have 8 to 9 green chilies here. You need to paste that, so I'm going to do the same thing again. And then in here I have sliced 1 onion, and I'm going to put it back into NutriBullet, and I'm going to paste that. I have 1 medium onion paste. I have 8 pistachio, 8 cashew, and 4 almonds. All paste. I pasted them. This is about 8 to 9 green chilies that I've actually got them to paste. I've got half a teaspoon of grated ginger, and now I'm first on the oil. You can use ghee as well, which gives you even better taste, but I'm going to use oil today. I'm going to put the what do you call them? I'm going to put the whole spices in now. So 1 cinnamon stick, 2 small bay leaves, and 5 cardamom. And now I'm going to stir them into the oil. So once they are fried up, they actually give you this nice aroma that comes from the whole spices. You can put clove if you want, but I don't like to put clove in my one. So now that's done, it goes with the onion paste. I'm gonna wait till the onion paste is cooked a bit on it. Cooks a bit in it. I'm gonna wait till the onion paste cooks a little bit. Also keep a cup of water next to you because you want to add some water. You want the spice and onions to get burnt, which would not be nice. Now this is done, I'm going to put my nut paste. With this I'm going to put my grated ginger. Half a teaspoon of garlic paste. And give it a good stir. Like I said before, you need to have a bit of water aside so you know when to put it in. Now I'm going to put half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, maybe a little bit more just to give a bit of color. Half a teaspoon of cumin powder, half a teaspoon of coriander powder, as you can see it's getting sticky to the pan, so I'm going to put a little bit of water. As you can see, it got stuck to the pan a bit, so I put a tiny bit of water and then add a little bit more. And now I'm going to go ahead and add two teaspoons of Greek style yogurt, in goes in with my green chili paste, in goes in with one teaspoon of salt. The salt again is up to your own preference. And now I'm going to put half cup of coconut milk. You can use regular milk, it's fine. You can use the regular milk, it's fine, but I'm going to use coconut milk. It gives this extra bit of taste and aroma to it. I have sorry, my battery ran out, so I couldn't show you when I put the lid on. So now I'm back. I put the lid on and it cooked for 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put the eggs into the mixture. And I'm going to cook that now on a slow to medium heat for 10 to 15 minutes. So all the spices goes inside the eggs. As you can see, the aroma of the eggs, mashallah, is beautiful. So I'm going to put the lid on and let it cook. The egg korma is done. I'm going to garnish it with a little bit of coriander. Not many people does that, but this is your preference, whatever you prefer. Give it a good stir. Voila, it's done. Few more seconds on there. Now, as you can see, this is the final stage. It's done, it's ready to eat. And now let's move to the next dish. For the aubergine chutney, all you need is 1 or 2 aubergine, whatever you prefer. I've got a big family, so I do 2. I put it in the oven, so I'm going to let them grill. And once it depends on how long it takes and the power of your oven. So my one maybe takes 20 to 15 minutes. I will show you the progress of it halfway through, and then I will show you step by step how to make the aubergine chutney. Now I'm going to put the rest of the mustard oil that I would like to use more, but obviously I don't have much of mustard oil left. So I'm using this, and I might add a little bit of sunflower oil to mix it up with this, since that I don't have much oil left. Now I'm going to mix that with sunflower oil. I am using organic onions on the aubergine chutney. I like it myself because it just gives this extra taste to the organic, so always better. Give it a good crush. And then with this, I'm going to put the ginger and the garlic with this together. And I'm going to give it a good stir. And then I'm going to put the lid back on so this softens while I prepare the aubergine, and I will show you how to do that. So the lid goes back on. In here I'm going to show you, now I'm going to show you how to get the aubergine. The aubergine was in the oven grilled for 25 to 30 minutes depending on the size of your aubergine. My aubergine is quite big, so it took longer than usual. So what I'm going to do now is, sometimes you can just peel it off, or sometimes you split it in half and then get a fork and get everything off. As you can see, the skin is beautifully, mashallah, coming off. It's still quite hot, so I would advise you to wait till it cools down. Okay, as you can see, beautifully done. And I go to the next one now. You will know if it's roasted properly, grilled properly or not when you peel it off. If it peels off, then you know it's been grilled, mashallah, properly. You just got to play with your spices and your food, and you have to play with it. You don't have to be expert, just play with it. So now, in this one, I'm going to add 8 to 9 diced green chili. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of chili flakes here. Again, it's up to you. You might not like spice. It's up to you totally. It goes in cumin powder, 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of mixed curry powder. Less than a teaspoon of turmeric powder, and 1 teaspoon of coriander powder. Half a teaspoon of garam masala. I'm going to mix that now. Now I'm going to mix all the spice into the aubergine. It's quite hot, so I'm going to wait till it cools down a bit more. I'm going to use a spoon. Now I'm going to use a spatula to mix it well. That aubergine chutney grilled one is very nice. It's one of my husband's favorite dishes. We don't like to have too much aubergine in the house, as you know, it has allergy in it, so once in a while we make this. Now it goes in with the 1.5 chopped tomatoes into small pieces. And mix that well. A lot of people does a different way. This is my way. As you can see, mashallah, it's looking very nice. And now the onion softened, so all of that will go into the onion. Please do excuse me, I'm still learning. Inshallah, by time I will get better. Give it a good mix. And this you need to keep on checking on every 5 minutes, because I might get stuck to the pan, and you need to cook that for good 30 minutes so all the spices and everything gets cooked into the aubergine. The lid goes back on now, and I'll cook into a medium heat for 30 minutes. Now goes in with 1 tablespoon of salt. That's absolute to your own taste. Give it a good mix. Oh, hold on, I didn't say it again. I'll put the lid back on now, and it will cook on a medium heat for 20 to 30 minutes. It's been 5 minutes now, so I'm going to give it a good stir to see if it hasn't stuck to the pan. And then leave it back on for another 10 to 15 minutes with the lid on. It has been another 5 minutes now, and I will re-stir it again. As you can see, it got stuck a bit. The main key to this is to stir it frequently. I'm going to cook for another 10 minutes, but obviously you have to keep on stirring it frequently. The lid goes back on for another 10 minutes on medium heat. It has been 3 minutes. Obviously, like I said, you need to frequently keep on stirring it. It's a very delicate dish. It gets stuck to the pan. By the way, that needs no water whatsoever. You cook in with whatever water the aubergine has. You just cook it on that. The more you cook, the more tastier it gets on slow heat. Now I'm going to cook it on slow heat for another 10 to 15 minutes. As you can see, it's been 10 minutes. As you can just fold it in. And as you can see, it's very soft and silky. As my daughter says, it's silky. And now I'm going to garnish it with coriander. Just fold it in. you can see, mashallah, it's done very nicely. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of mustard oil onto there, because I'm going to do the, okay, let's start. Now I'm going to add I added 2 tablespoons of mustard oil onto this pan. And I'm going to use one and a half sliced onions. The reason I use the mustard oil onto the okra, you get this extra taste out of it, and the fragrance and the aroma from it is just divine. So I'm going to let that soften, soak for about, say, 5 to 6 minutes, and I'm going to put the lid on. I'm going to let that cook for 5 to 6 minutes, so the lid goes on there till the onions are softened. See now the onions are softened, so I'm going to go ahead with 8 to 9 cloves diced, tiny weeny bit of ginger diced. Give it a good stir, and I'm going to wait till that actually, the garlic actually blends into it. While that cooks, I'm going to put half a teaspoon of turmeric powder. Not many people like to put, but I like to put that on. Half a teaspoon of coriander powder. Half a teaspoon of cumin powder. And half sliced tomatoes. And now in goes with the okra. Half a tablespoon of salt. The salt again is up to you. Whatever your taste buds are like, you add into your own choice. Give it a good stir. Now I'm going to put the lid on, cook into a slow to medium heat for 10 minutes. As you know that I didn't put any spice into the okra because it usually comes blend, so I'm going to put green chilies. There's 8 to 9 split into half green chilies. Give it a good mix and let it cook for another 10 minutes on slow to medium heat. Now as you can see, the okra is done. I'm going to garnish it with coriander. Little mix. Sorry about my baby. That's the final stage of my okra bhaji.
I hope you enjoyed those 3 dishes. Make sure you comment down below which one's your favourite and which one are you most keen on making. And before you go, make sure to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. Bye!